Well, security is now tightening at Westminster Abbey as the King sits down with Canadian Indigenous leaders in a historic meeting. City News special correspondent Lisa LaFlamme is joining us once again live from London with the coronation now less than a day away. Good morning, Lisa. Thanks again for joining us. And we'll get right into it when it comes to security. Starting off with Westminster Abbey, you've seen now the barricades are going up, a sure sign that things are getting underway.
Absolutely, Tammie. In fact, the barricades are also up behind me at Buckingham Palace. We can see that the tourists are no longer allowed to make their way in front of the palace, and therefore it is a sign that we're right down to the wire here now. We have, though, seen a little bit of action going on, which is the King just drove behind me in his Bentley, the Bentley we forever saw the Queen driving in, and it's kind of an exciting day for him, a busy day. He will be meeting with the realm nations, including Canada, prime ministers and governors general. In fact, Mary Simon will be back there again today to meet with the King. But as you mentioned, yesterday was a very special session. Just the Governor General, Mary Simon, and 3 leaders, national Indigenous leaders. So very exciting opportunity for them to talk about reconciliation and a path moving forward for the Crown and Indigenous people. Certainly a story steeped in injustice and colonization, and an opportunity for them to reset that relationship.
And you sat down and spoke with the Governor General as well to talk about that meeting, kind of get a debrief there. What did she say about the meeting itself, how it went, and what the next meeting and conversation may be going forward?
It was very personal for the Governor General. For months, she had been personally working with the palace. She'd even had discussions with King Charles about making that meeting happen in the first place. It was very rare to do that, especially in the days leading up to the coronation. For him, it was supposed to be about a 40-minute meeting. It went just over an hour. He asked a lot of questions, she said. There was no, certainly I've spoken to these Indigenous leaders, Cassidy Caron from the Métis National Organization, Nathan Obed, they all, and their communities that they represent, the people who really bore the brunt of those racist policies going back centuries. So there was a lot of talk about whether or not an apology would be in order tomorrow. I asked her that, and she felt that yesterday wasn't the day for that. Yesterday was the day for the King to meet the leaders in order to plan the next. And he did make it clear that he wanted to come to Canada, although there is no date, but to continue that conversation and try to, as I say, move forward. Because really, think about it, those treaties were negotiated by the Crown, so the great-great-grandmother of King Charles, Queen Victoria, and the Indigenous community. So this is an ancient documents, and now it's about moving forward with this new monarch and the Crown. So she was very optimistic. She said she wanted people to talk more with each other, learn more, listen more, meet the King. She's very supportive of him. She says that the issues that have mattered to him for decades and decades are the same issues that matter to the Indigenous community. Certainly climate change and all of those issues, agriculture, the things that he has championed over decades. So she was extremely positive and really thrilled to have been the person who was able to bring them all together in one room.
All right, and we will see, of course, so many other people gathering in front of the palace, Westminster Abbey, and throughout downtown London starting tomorrow. 4 a.m. is when the coverage begins. Lisa, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and we will see you bright and early tomorrow.